Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Storytime with Grandma Pat. Today, our story is called A Beach Tale. It's written by Karen Lynn Williams, and the beautiful pictures or illustrations are done by Floyd Cooper. And this is what our book looks like. There's a little boy at the beach, and he's in the dirt or the sand, and he's just looking down at something on the beach. Put your hands up to your mouth. I want you to do this sound with me. Swoosh, swash, swoosh, swash. That's what the water sounds like as the waves are coming in and going out. Once more. Swoosh, swash, swoosh, swash. Gregory drew a lion in the sand. And here's the lion that Gregory drew. He drew a nice lion, didn't he? A sea lion, his dad said. A sandy lion, said Gregory. Sandy needs a tail, said his dad. And Gregory picked up his sturdy drawing stick, and his dad said, "Don't go in the water, and don't leave Sandy." "I won't," said Gregory. Dad sat down on a dolphin beach towel under a blue umbrella. This is Gregory and his dad, and he's telling him, "Don't go in the water and don't leave Sandy." What did he tell him? Don't go in the water and don't leave Sandy. Okay, so let's see what happens. I wonder if Gregory obeyed his dad. What's the water doing? Swoosh, swash, swoosh, swash. Gregory drew a tail on his sea lion, and he did not go in the water, and he did not leave Sandy. But Sandy's tail got longer and longer until Gregory came to a purple jellyfish, and Gregory made loops around the jellyfish. Let me see you make loops. Loops around the jellyfish. And this is what the jellyfish looked like. Can you see it there? And Gregory's making loops around it with Sandy's tail. Swoosh, swash, swoosh, swash. Remember, the waves are coming in and going out. Gregory came to a mound, and it was an old castle that had been washed smooth by the water. And Gregory went up and down, and up and down and over. What did Gregory do? He went up and down, and up and down and over. And so did Sandy's tail. Did Gregory go in the water? No, Gregory didn't go in the water, and Gregory didn't leave Sandy. And here he is. What's the water doing? It says swoosh, swash, swoosh, swash. Sandy's tail got longer and longer until Gregory saw a tiny ghost crab, and it scurried down into a dark hole in the sand, and Gregory went around and around and around with the hole. What did he do? He went around and around and around the hole with Sandy's tail. Did Gregory go in the water? No, Gregory didn't go in the water, and he didn't leave Sandy. And here he is. You can see the circles that he's making around the hole that the crab went in. Swoosh, swash, swoosh, swash. Gregory wrote his nickname in the sand, and his nickname is Greg, and he wrote G-R-E-G. R-E-G. And when your dad and mom take you to the beach, you can write your name in the sand, just like Gregory did. And Sandy's tail got longer and longer. And suddenly, he came to a mound of sand, and the water rushed in and tickled Gregory on his toes. And Gregory jumped back, and he traced the wave. He went up and down and around, and Sandy's tail made a wave just like the water did. Did Gregory go in the water? No, Gregory didn't go in the water, and he didn't leave Sandy. And here he is. He wrote his name, and the wave came in and it tickled him on his toes. But he didn't go in the water. Swoosh, swash, swish, swash. Sandy's tail got longer and longer until Gregory came to a jetty, and he heard a loud roar, and the water swoosh, 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 and it scared Gregory, and he looked up, and the wave came in again. Roar, swoosh, swash, and Gregory looked around, and he didn't see his dad, and he didn't see the beach towel. And Gregory got a little bit scared, and another giant wave came rushing in and splashed on Gregory. And Gregory turned around and he looked, but he couldn't see his dad. Oh, what now? Gregory thought. And he's looking back at the beach where he came and where his dad was, but he can't see his dad, and he can't see the blue umbrella or the towel that his dad sat on. And then Gregory thought about it. What did his dad say? He said, "Don't go in the water and don't leave Sandy." And the water went swish, swash, swish, swash. And Gregory followed Sandy's tail. He followed the wavy line. Swish, swash, swish, swash. He traced his nickname backwards. G-E-R-G. And he went around and around the deep ghost crab hole. Here he is. He's following Sandy's tail backwards. Swoosh, swash, swoosh, swash. He went down into the giant crab hole and up and down and up, and he went zig, zag, zig, zag around the crab's horseshoe. And oh, Gregory looked down the beach, and there was no Sandy, and there was no Dad on the dolphin towel, and no blue umbrella. Swish, swash, swoosh, swash. Gregory saw the mound of the old castle washed smooth by the waves. Swoosh, swash, swoosh, swash. He went up and over and down, and there was Sandy's tail in a loop around the purple jellyfish. And here he is. There's Sandy's tail and the purple jellyfish that he made the circles around. Swoosh, swash, swoosh, swash. And Gregory followed the loop, and then he came to Sandy, and he said, "Oh." And there's Sandy. And Gregory looked up, and there was the blue umbrella, and there was the dolphin towel. And who do you think waved at Gregory? His dad waved at him. Wave at Gregory. His dad said, Sandy has a long tail. And here's his dad waving at him. He's happy to see Sandy, and Sandy's happy to see his dad. I didn't go in the water, said Gregory. But Sandy got wet. Dad held Gregory's hand, and he said, let's get wet together. And here's Gregory, and here's his dad, and they're going in the water together. That was a nice story, wasn't it, boys and girls? Did Gregory obey his dad? What did his dad say? Say it with me. Don't go in the water. And he said, don't leave Sandy. And Gregory had a nice time at the beach, drawing on the sand and making loops and circles and zigzags and going up and down and into the ground. And he had a great time, just he and his dad. And now he and his dad are going into the water so Sandy can get his feet wet. And hopefully you'll get to go to the beach with your mom and dad, because you can have a lot of fun at the beach. All right. Thank you, boys and girls. And I hope you enjoyed our story, A Beach Tale.